Are you having difficulty saving money for today and your future? Do you think you don't have enough or don't make enough money to save thousands of dollars over the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 plus years? How would you like to earn thousands of dollars over the next 5, 10, 20 plus years without a lot of money and very little effort? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can invest just $35 per week in the stock market and save thousands of dollars in the next 5, 10, 25 years without stressing your budget. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel where I share tips on how to manage your money more efficiently, to budget, save, invest, and make money online. My name is Dion of Dee-Lightful Wealth Creation, and I paid off over $61,000 of debt in 14 months, and I'm on my way to achieving financial independence. If you're new here, I would appreciate if you would please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this. Now let's get into learning how to earn thousands with very little money. So why should you invest $35 per week in the stock market? First of all, $35 is not a lot of money. You can easily save that amount of money by cutting down some unnecessary expenses, such as eating out. The other day I went with my daughter to Panera, and we spent $37 on just one you pick two and an additional meal, $37. So if you eat out frequently, if you cut out just one meal for the week of dining out, that money can be invested in the stock market and make thousands for you. Other things that you can cut out is reduce activities that cost around $35 that you do every single week. Just cut out one of them. Reduce buying your coffee. Just cut out one of them, right? And reduce shopping online, and that will help you come up with that $35. Secondly, investing $35 per week can make a difference, a significant impact in your financial future and lead to financial independence thanks to the power of compound interest. Compound interest is when you earn interest on your interest. So as your money is gaining interest, you're gaining more interest on top of that. This means that your money will grow faster over time. For example, if you invest $35 per week at a 10% annual return, that's what the stock market normally does. The S&P 500 normally does around 10% annual return. So if you did that, $35 per week at a 10% annual return in the stock market for 5 years, you will have over $12,000. In 10 years, you will have over $33,000. And let's take a look at the power of compound interest. If you invested $35 per week consistently for the next 25 years, you will have over $200,000. That's the amazing effects of compound interest. That's a lot of money for just investing a little bit of money of $35 per week. But I'm sure you're asking yourself, how do I invest $35 per week in the stock market? Well, I have a simple answer for you. It's one of the easiest, cheapest, most inexpensive ways to invest in the stock market, and that is by using ETFs, which is an exchange traded fund. You can also use index funds, but index funds require a higher initial deposit. And in this video, we're trying to see how we can invest in the stock market the most economical way, feasible without feeling a hurt on the budget. So the ETFs, or the exchange traded funds, they're a collection of stocks and bonds that trade on the stock market, and similar to index funds, and it's the most affordable way to invest. You can purchase fractional shares at a low cost. And when I say fractional, you can purchase a share for $1. I mean $1. ETFs offer low cost and diversified exposure to the stock market. That means that you can invest in hundreds or thousands of companies with just one fund and pay very little fees and commissions. This way, you can reduce your risk and increase your returns without having to pick individual stocks and worry about market fluctuations. Let's say you had purchased just Apple or Amazon or Nvidia. If you purchase just that one stock with $35 per week, you'll be worried if it's up today and down tomorrow. But with the ETF, it's thousands of funds or hundreds of funds, different companies in that fund. So you're a little safer in terms of if Amazon and Apple aren't doing well today, the other ones are doing well. Now you actually are able to balance out the loss of that and still gain. You are just getting started in the stock market with very little to start with. ETFs are a great introduction. So with consistent small investments like $35 per week, or let's say you get paid bi-weekly and you have $70 automatically deducted out of your paycheck and set aside into an account that you're going to use strictly for investing, or $140 per month. That's exactly what the $35 per week is, and you gradually increase this investment over time, you will earn thousands more on top of your money. And I want you to look at $35 per week, because sometimes if you look at just that $140, that could be a light bill, a water bill, and sometimes you feel like you can't fit that into your budget. So I want, when you're writing up your budget, look at $35 per week, and again, eliminate an unnecessary expense. So let's take a look at some examples of ETFs. I personally use Vanguard as my brokerage firm, but there are many options out there that offer quality service and products such as Fidelity, Schwab. There's even online platforms for brokerage investing, different apps that you can do straight from your phone. They're very low cost and they have many options. So do your diligence and research and see which brokerage firm offers the best value for your needs. So as I said, I use Vanguard. So with Vanguard, let's take a look at some examples. There are many options for ETFs, but today we will just look at three. And you don't have to invest in all three. I just want to show you the power of these ETFs and how simple it is to get into the stock market. So the first is VTI, which is Vanguard Total Stock Market. VTI has an expense ratio of 0.03%, which is very low, as that's their annual fee to manage the fund. And this stock has over 3,800 companies in the stock market. So even though it's widely diversified, it's heavily weighted in US companies such as Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, but these are companies that most likely you're using. If you have a laptop or any kind of computer, Microsoft is on there. Why not invest and make some money back out of that company? You may have an iPhone or some kind of Apple product. You can make your money back in that as well. What about Amazon? You shop a lot on Amazon. You may use Amazon Prime. So you're investing into a company that you believe in because you already use those products. So let's take a quick look at the VTI stock. And I'm going to put on my glasses for this one. So let's take a look. So VTI is as I said, is Vanguard Total Stock Market ETF. Expense ratio right here shows you 0.03%. Market price today as of January 12th was $237. But I want to show you something. I'm going to scroll down. The minimum price that you need to invest into it, again, as I said before, is $1. And I want to show you how well this fund has performed. So we're going to look at last year. So this is the reading as of the chart as of December 31st, 2023. If you take a look at VTI, month end for this year so far, it's gained 5.35%. For 3 months, it's been a total of 12.27%. But look at the year. This is for 2023. 26.11%, 1 year. Look at 3 years. The average return was 8.4%. But remember, we were talking about 5, 10, 25 years. VTI has been out since 2001, so we don't have the read how much it is for 25 or 20 plus years at the moment. But let's look at 5 years. 5 years is 15%, a little more than 15% return on the money. That's way more than the 10% that we talked about, where that 10% would be at $35 per week would have been over $12,000. Here is 15%, so that's significantly more. Look at 10 years. 10-year is roughly similar to what I talked about of the $12,000. It's 11.44%. So that's the VTI stock. Next, we're going to take a look at, let's look at another one. We're going to take a look at VOO. VOO is Vanguard's S&P 500 ETF. This has the same expense ratio as VTI, which is 0.03%, but it has significantly less companies. It invests more in large cap companies, following the S&P 500. So it has about 508 companies that are managing this fund. Some of the large companies include NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Apple, again, Amazon. So companies that you're very familiar with, that you know do very well. So let's take a look the at VTI and see, sorry, not VTI. Let's take a look at VOO and see how they look. Again, VOO, VOO is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It's a large blend of the large domestic companies here in America. Expense ratio 0.03%. Let's keep it moving. Again, minimum investment price $1, and their market price as of January 12th was $437. But let's take a look at their performance. So I'm going to open that up. Again, this is for last year, December 31st, 2023. So for the month of January so far, it's 4.5%. For 3 months, that's including part of last year, is 11.8%. But look at the year of 2023. It had a year-to-date return of 26.33%. And we talked about it being 10%. Let's look at 1 year. 1 year is the 26%. Let's look at 3 years. 3 years, 9.97%. But we talked about 5 and 10 years. Look at 5 years. 5 years is 15.66%. 10 years is 12%. So it actually outperformed the average annual return of 10%. Now, lastly, we're going to take a look at VGT. Let's open that one up. VGT is Vanguard Information Technology ETF. So this one is really into tech stocks, such as Microsoft, the different AI, the companies that are out there. And you know, over the last few years, IT has just exploded, right? It's expanding, it's evolving, exploding. So there's a lot of money to be made in there. The difference is the expense ratio is higher on VGT. It is 0.10% compared to VTI, and VOO of 0.03% is invested in about 320 companies, similar to what I just told you about. And the market price is $481.70 per share as of January 12th. But again, let me go down here. The minimum investment, you can purchase a fractional share for $1. What I want to show you is their performance. Let's take a look. Again, this is for last year. If you look at how it's been so far for this year, January up to date, it is 4.95%, almost 5% return. For 3 months, it's been 16.97%. But look at 2023. We said the average return on the investment in the stock market is 10%. For year to date, it's been 52.75% annual return. So that's for 1 year. Let's look at 3 years, 11.85%. But we talked about 5, 10, 20 years. Keep it in longer. 5 years is almost 25%, 24.91%. Look at 10 years, 19.66%. And we said at 10 years, that is roughly $33,000 with a 10% annual return. This is almost double. So that would be $66,000 compared to the annual return of 10%. These are just some of the ETFs that you can use to invest just $35 per week in the stock market and grow your money into thousands of dollars. Of course, you don't have to do all three. You can just do one and consistently invest. I showed you what the returns have been. Or you can do whatever you want. You can do all three, or you can mix and match different funds to create your portfolio and use the different tools and platforms and brokerage firms that are available to find the best funds for your needs. The most important thing is to start investing as soon as possible and keep investing consistently and regularly, no matter what the market is doing. So whether you're dreaming of financial freedom, planning for retirement, or just aiming just for some extra flexibility in your life, these ETFs are like your reliable money growing companions. Remember, the key is consistency and time in the market, not timing the market. So that's it for this video. I hope you learned something new and useful. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. And don't forget to consider subscribing to my channel for more videos like this on how to manage your money, budget, save, invest, and make money online. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I wish for you financial peace of mind and many blessings. Peace.